All right, guys, welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another live stream. Well, happy Friday. We're going to talk about the crypto market. Crypto is currently taking a dip. Bitcoin is sitting at around 65,000. Altcoins are bleeding out. And most people that are invested in the crypto space are wondering, are we going to go lower? Is it going to go to zero? And the answer is no, right? This typically happens after the halvening. We have little dips here and there before we actually take off. So this is typical. Now, can we go lower from here? 65. I think we could, but most likely, I like we're gonna see a bounce pretty soon, in my opinion. I don't think, I mean, probably the lowest we might go is like 60, 62. But for me, that's pretty low, especially with all the demand that we have with the spot ETFs and just crypto in general is very bullish right now. Coming after the halvening, this is typical. Now we're going to look at some of the charts a little bit, but I think right now, I mean, if you have extra cash, if you're a crypto investor, right? If you're invested in the space, if you're not invested in the space, it's probably still a good time to get in. Not financial advice, but just look at these dips as buying opportunities, and for you to add to your portfolio if you can. If not, just hold a lot. What you don't want to do is sell your position because you know portfolios, mine included, and other people's portfolio goes down 30, 40%. And some people end up selling right before the bounce back. Like yesterday, it was down, you know, like 10, 20%. And then it bounced up today, like back like 10 to 15%. Some altcoins, not all of them. So it just depends. What you want to do. If you want to add, I would say if you want to add to your position, you could do that or just hold on. Those are the two things that people should just consider doing, right? You shouldn't be selling your positions, especially if it's low right now. I think that would just be a big mistake because we're going into a huge bull market, right? So if we list out the bullish catalysts that are coming up or that have happened, one, the spot ETFs for Bitcoin being approved, that's number one. And then two, interest rate cuts. The Fed is changing their stance or changing the way they speak to reflect that they will be cutting rates pretty soon. They just had a meeting the other day. They kept rates the same, and the inflation numbers came back good as well. So yeah, we're gonna get rate cuts soon. And remember, we're going into an election year, so that just means, you know, this is not one for one, but typically an election year, whoever's in, and again, I don't, I'm not for either side, but they want to look good, right? So, and they have some type of control over that, right? People that control the Fed definitely are on either side, right? So they're trying to please one or the other side, and definitely going into a presidential election year, they want the markets to look good, and we're gonna get the rate cuts, right? It's just inevitable, in my opinion. So that's gonna come. We had the spot ETF. Then we had the halvening, right, as well. So again, so you have all this demand, and then you have this cut in supply. It's just gonna go up, right? It's just basic economics 101. Less supply, more demand, price go up. So I wouldn't be worried if I was a crypto investor. This is honestly, I would be actually happy because this is a time to dollar dollar cost average into your positions or create a new position if you don't have a position, right? So yeah, let's look at some of the charts and let's see what this is looking like. All right. So, like I said, if we go to the Bitcoin chart, I don't know why this is like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, if we go to the Bitcoin chart, we're at 65.8, right? So if you look at where we were at 67, and we took a dip to 65. Not that bad. And you got to remember, you got to put it all in perspective. Just a year ago, we were sitting, right? Not even a year ago. At the beginning of the year, we were at 41,000. Right now we're at 65,000. We're up 24,000. We're up 50% from the year, beginning of the year. Beginning of last year, we're up 3x, right? 300%. Oops. And my battery always runs out. Let me go get my charger. Give me a second. Always forget to do this, but it's okay. All right. So yeah. So, we were at 20,000 beginning of 2023, so that puts us up 300%. And at the beginning of the year, we were at close to 42,000, so we're up 50% from there. All right, so, when you look at it like that, we're doing really good. And if you just look at the chart, like if you get rid of this piece right here, I mean, there's always dips, right? There's dips, there's spikes, there's dips, there's spikes, and that's gonna happen. So you shouldn't get shaken out. We're gonna go a lot higher pretty soon. We're probably gonna hit. I would say by the end of the year, we'll definitely be close to 100K. Maybe in the next coming months, we hit that 80K mark, and we'll see some fluctuations from there, and then we'll see some sideways action. So yeah, I think I think we see 80K pretty soon. We may see an altcoin rally in a specific narrative. As this maybe we chop around in the 65 to 74K range for a little bit, have a little altcoin season for a specific narrative, and then Bitcoin continues to move on up. I think we're going to see most of it towards the end of the year, going into the beginning of 2025, and yeah, I think that's when stuff is going to get really exciting. All right, so that's Bitcoin. If we look at Ethereum, let's say same price action. If we looked at the thing, that dips. The market typically follows what Bitcoin's doing. So if Bitcoin crashes, most likely Ethereum's going to crash. Now, this does change when we get to like the altcoin season, because you have altcoins that just outperform Bitcoin altogether. Because if we look at the prices, some of these altcoins are going to 10, 20, 30, 40x, and maybe Ethereum reaches 9K this cycle to 10K if it gets a ETF approval within the cycle, maybe higher than 10K a little bit. But in between that, it's going to be choppy. But that's a 3x from here. So, most of the money is going to be made in the altcoins, in this top 100. In some of the narratives that we spoke about are the DePIN plays, the layer 2s, anything that has to do with AI, layer 2s for Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Those like Optimisms, Ethereum, BitTensor, AI. Storage is to Arweaves is storage. Lido, most likely going to do good. It's connected to Ethereum. Filecoin is storage, decentralized storage. Stacks, Bitcoin layer 2. And a lot of near protocol, AI, DeFi, stuff like Uniswap. If they don't get sued by the SEC. But anything in the top 100 is probably going to do good. I would say most stuff is probably going to do 4 to 5x. But the real narratives are probably going to do, the 10 to 20 to maybe even 100x, depending on what you're in. But I would say anywhere for like the ones that are really going to take off are probably going to do a 10x to 50x. And probably in between that. So, yeah. So I wouldn't be worried if I was a crypto investor. I would just be, again, either not doing anything with the portfolio. If you can't do that, I wouldn't watch. If watching the prices make you want to sell or make you want to convert to other things or other investments, then don't watch the market, right? It's just that simple. Most people see prices and they want to keep moving and moving money around. That's when you end up losing money and you end up, losing out on a lot of gains if you would have just held on. So the best thing to do here is just, acquire some of your favorite coins, and the coins that you do have, just hold on to them, right? But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. I didn't have a specific article to talk about, but I saw crypto prices tanking a little bit. I thought I'd just get on. For those of you who invested, again, the channel is financial nutrition, but I like crypto. I didn't want to title my channel Crypto Nutrition, although crypto is one of my favorite assets to talk about. So you see me talk about crypto a lot in the channel because that's what I'm invested in, right? Later on, I do want to expand my portfolio to have stocks and to be, a little more diversified into other assets. But I like crypto right now. It's the hottest sector. It's a sector that's going to be here to stay. There's a lot of innovation, a lot of technology coming into the space. And I think it's going to bring a lot of gains if you're in the right project. So that's why I talk about crypto a lot. I know most people are probably like, this is not a crypto channel, but he talks about crypto a lot. And I talk about a lot of other stuff, financial habits. I'll talk about equities and stuff like that, but I don't like to go too much into equities since I'm not in equities. And yeah, that's what it is. And we need to start treating crypto like a regular asset class. We kind of push it away like it's not stocks. It is, and it's not stocks, but it's going to become a part of those traditional asset classes. I think in the next 5 years, it's just going to be one of those asset classes that are in the space that people invest in, especially the top two, like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those are going to be here forever, in my opinion. And I think if you're not into the space, you should definitely do some research and figure out how you can get involved so you don't miss out on one of the biggest trends, I believe, in the next 10 to 20 years. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Happy Friday. I will be live Monday to talk about the market, see how the markets is doing, cover any relevant news and anything else. All right, take care.